Welcome, fellow masters. My name is Musaki, and today we're going over the month of June in this episode of Clairvoyance EX, where I give you a look into the future to see exactly what's going to happen for this month. Let's not waste any more time. We got a lot to cover, so let's jump into it. Now, before we get started, I want to take this moment to thank the sponsor of this video, Bye. That's right, our friends at Bye are back again to tell you about their amazing service here. With the pandemic hitting the world very hard, it can be difficult to get things that you want. Heck, there's a lot of figures, food, and everything else in Japan that is just very difficult right now because of the travel restrictions. Have no fear, Bye is here to help. Bye is actually a shipping proxy service that will actually ship you all the things that you want from the Japanese website, whether that be Japanese Yahoo, a figure store specifically in Japan, or anything else. You can actually buy from multiple places, and Bye will ship all of those things to you in one simple package. And now is honestly the best time to start. If you go ahead and click the link down in the description and the pinned comment down below, our friends here will actually give you 2,000 yen off your first purchase. That's 20 bucks US. That's insane. If what I'm saying is catching your attention, why don't you give it a try? Click the link down below and let me know down in the comments what you're planning to get. And once again, thank you, Bye. Trust me, my friends, you won't regret it. Now back to the video. Now the month of June in JP is gonna look a little weird considering what's happening in NA right now. As you can see there, the Interlude Campaign 13 actually happened toward the end of June, but we're having it right now in the middle of May. So what does that mean for us? That means the Las Vegas official bout is returning. That's right, Summer 4 will get its rerun very soon, potentially toward the end of May or beginning of June. It's gonna last the full 3 weeks, which is gonna be the first time that we actually see a summer event getting the full 3 weeks time during its rerun. Normally they try to speed it up so they can squeeze it in and get ready for the next summer event, but in JP, the summer event happened toward the later half of August. Future Moo here, back with another update. Summer 4 rerun's happening right now, isn't that nice? So that means for this entire week and 2 weeks into June, we'll be going over the Summer 4 rerun event. Something very interesting is that they actually are going to be giving out the materials that are not yet in the game normally in these events, starting with Summer 4. You'll notice in the shop for the silver item redemptions that you'll see 10 of the burning leaves. Normally you wouldn't see those until Lost Point 5.5. So if I were you, just grab 10 of these, even if you don't have any units that need them right now, because that's 10 free materials that were not in the game before. Also, with the servant coins, those should be added to the game relatively soon. Masengo already announced that they see what's going on with it, and it will definitely fix that issue that's going on. And with that, back to the video. This means the rerun was able to get a lot of time and a lot of space. So, for those newcomers, this is a good event for you. You know why? Because you only need to clear Fuyuki to join this event. And this is going to be very helpful for you as well. This is a QP-based event based around casinos. Essentially, nodes around the map are going to have a QP value, and you need to bet that much QP to participate. Now that may be scary, but so long as you don't actually lose this node, you don't lose any actual QP. So if you retreat or if your game crashes, you actually are still fine. Honestly, this is just a win-win for you, because you get double the amount of QP based off what you're getting here. All of this leads towards your QP counter up here. The higher your QP counter, the more you're going to go toward the next event. And you actually need to hit certain requirements before the events come out, in addition to normal time gates, which can get really annoying for veteran players. But if you're new, these time gates are going to be useful for you because it's going to be a little bit longer and harder for you to farm as efficiently. But I digress. You clear main quest and you go ahead and get higher level difficulty casino quests, which means you get more QP, and yes, that goes towards your counter and the next goal that you have to hit. There are also going to be times when you enter a fever state. So there's going to be certain quests that hit a fever mode where you get double the amount of money that you would normally. and these require fever tickets that you're gonna get once a day or sometimes as rewards from certain quests. You're gonna turn in items, poker chips, playing cards, and dice to get all sorts of material from the shop like you normally do. But you also are gonna get letters of challenge when you complete certain missions. Oh, didn't I tell you? That's right, this is an event mission quest. That means you have 100 missions to complete and you will get rewards based off of each of those missions that you complete. And some of them require these letters of challenges to be accepted and defeated, which you face one of the 7 swimsuit samurais in the style of Shimosa. Very stylish, very fun. I like Okita's the best.
Okita-san, 大勝利!
And upon completing all the main quests, you get Welfare Unit Saber Katsushika Hokusai. They're a fantastic unit, especially for new players, and I highly recommend that you actually stick with this event. It's going to be a lot better than a certain board game event that we just finished with. Now, what about the bonuses for this event? It's going to be all swimsuit servants and servants that participate in all previous summer's event. So this includes Castergill at Mendante's and Robin Hood from last year, as well as all the new servers that got introduced when this event came around the first time. For all the returning players who have done this last year, make sure you put your event service that you rolled, if you rolled any, on your support formation, as well as any of the CEs that you have max limit broken or obtained. This is going to make it a lot easier for newer players, as well as everyone else on your friend list, to complete this event faster. You're also going to get 2 limited CEs, both of which are very good, that you can get from the event. Highly suggest you use these. One of them will actually help your appearance rate of enemies, and the other will help your damage. So you're going to want to use that for a very challenging quest to make sure you can actually wipe through it, or stick it on your AoE server to clear waves effectively. This also will be your last chance to get some of these event reward command codes. The 5-star Maga of the Flowers, the 4-star Gyuko no Ofuru, and the 3-star Okiyodako. These are all arts based, with the Maga of the Flowers being absolutely insane, filling 10% of the user's MP gauge when attacking. Granted, it has a 3-turn cooldown, but that is insane. It's super useful for servers that wants to get to Noble Phantasm as quickly as possible. But if you got any of those before, you're gonna get rare mana prisms for all the costumes, as well as the 5-star command code, and 300 mana prisms from the 4 and 3-star command code total. The same thing goes for additional copies of Katsushika Hokusai. Any 6 copy and onward will give you 1 rare mana prism per copy. The summoning banners that are coming up here is going to be for Berserker Musashi, Arturia Sakabahime, and Carmilla Rider. All these units are very good, with Berserker Musashi being the target for this banner, considering Castoria comes out in about a month and a half. Castoria takes Berserker Musashi to a whole nother level, making her be able to loop effectively where she was just barely able to do it before. But that's not all. 3 times during this event, this banner will appear, with Merlin, Siegfried, and Katura Fuma. Siegfried and Katura Fuma aside, Merlin rarely gets raid ups. That is the reason why this banner only shows up 3 days out of the entire 3-week event. So if you need Merlin or want Merlin for the servant coins, you actually can go ahead and grow for him here. Even though Castoria is coming out soon, Merlin is still a fantastic caster and honestly one of the best in the game. So definitely roll for him if you can. And lastly, my personal favorite banner, we have Ruler Arturia with Melt Lancer and Okita Assassin. Every single one of these units are good. Varying degrees of good, but all good. Melt Lancer in arts meta that is to come will thrive. She's going to be the premier arts Lancer until the end of the year. Definitely grab her if you can. With Okita Assassin essentially being a 4-star Jack that's AoE. Even though there's a ton of demerits on her, she is still a fantastic unit that you can definitely depend on, especially when there are not that many good, strong AoE assassins out there. Not yet, at least. And Arturia Ruler, while being a unique ruler, and definitely not for everyone, for those of you who want to use the randomizing cards effect, she's going to be very good for you. With this event lasting about 3 weeks, we got about half the month left of Dead Space before we start ramping up until the 5th anniversary, which is going to have a ton of rewards. My guess is that we'll start seeing more things being pulled from the future. This is July's time that we're seeing here. And not only are we probably gonna get this way earlier, this 1800 days anniversary, which we definitely will get earlier, I can definitely see the hunting quest and this bait swimsuit AoE banner happening early, especially considering we just had the summer event. They're probably gonna try and prime you and get you ready for something to happen. Now the hunting quest only happens for a week, so what's gonna happen the week after that? Bam, we got the main interlude for Sarah. I predict that we're gonna have a week of hunting quests and another week for the Seraph interlude. That way, when the anniversary starts in the first week of July, we'll be able to ride that out for a couple of weeks, and then the Oku event will rerun. But we'll talk about that in a future episode of Clairvoyancy X. While I have you here, I did mention servant coins earlier. Now, these aren't the coins that you earned in the most recent event. This is something different that I actually go over in this video up here. So if you want to go ahead and check that out, I explain everything about servant coins and it'll definitely help you out. So thank you once again to the sponsor of this episode of Clairvoyance X by E. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.